Hi, I'm Joe Dante. This is Trailers from Hell. We're going to look at a trailer for a picture called Donovan's Brain. You may not have seen this picture, but you've sort of seen it before because it's been ripped off so many times. It's a picture that was one of the first sold to television in the 1950s, very soon after its theatrical run. And as a result, it played constantly. And kids of my age watched it over and over and over because it was cool. It had a brain, it was in a jar, it was alive. I mean, come on, you can't do better than that. And it's considerably better than the brain that wouldn't die. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. Anyway, here's Donovan's Brain.
Lou Ayres, as the scientist who discovered that the human brain can survive bodily destruction.
German immigrant Kurt Siodmak was one of a distinguished group of artists and filmmakers who fled Nazi Germany in the 30s and made an impact in Hollywood. He wrote the novel Donovan's Brain in 1942, and it became a bestseller, adapted for radio by Orson Welles and turned into an atmospheric horror vehicle for Vera Hruba Ralston, the inamorata of Republic Pictures head Herbert B. Yates. The basic idea has influenced everything from Star Trek episodes to Steve Martin's Man with Two Brains, but this no-frills indie version is still its best incarnation. Dedicated scientist Lou Ayres keeps the brain of W.H. Donovan, a ruthless millionaire, alive in a tank only to find his mind controlled by the dead man's will. Soon he's adopting Donovan's mannerisms, personality, and even his limp. Ayres is quite good in essentially playing two different characters. The main point of interest today is the presence of Nancy Davis, later Nancy Reagan, as the concerned wife. I've always found her a rather cold actress, but this is one of her more sympathetic performances. Sam Fuller favorite Gene Evans is on hand as Ayres' alcoholic partner, and eternal fall guy Steve Brody, a kind of hipper Elisha Cook, is a nosy reporter who threatens blackmail until the brain takes care of it. What makes this Cold War movie especially interesting is that while most sci-fi pictures of the era were concerned with invasions from aliens, in this one the threat is from capitalism run amok. Donovan is a kind of proto-terrorist who uses the doctor's identity to further his plot to take over the U.S. economy with the vast wealth he has hidden from the IRS, which he despises. At one point, Siodmak was set to direct, but his difficult demeanor led him to be replaced, as he had been for most of his previous picture, The Magnetic Monster. Later, Siodmak wrote a somewhat similar novel called Hauser's Memory about a scientist injected with brain fluid of a dying colleague to preserve defense secrets, but the dead man's will asserts itself Donovan-like. It was made into a well-received TV movie in 1970.